Becoming disciplined is not that hard. You wonder how people like David Goggins, Elon Musk, LeBron James, all these famous people, all these people that you look up to, all these people that are renowned for how disciplined, how they're able to stay locked into their craft, stay focused on the end goal, stay focused on who they were becoming, stay focused to give up the bad habits, to give up all these different things to get where they are now. You think it's so hard. Everyone is like, man, staying disciplined is so hard. It's this hard concept. It's this. No, it's so much easier than you will ever realize. But it all starts with a few things. First, you have to break the mindset that discipline is hard. Get that out of your mind. Everything starts from your mind. Everything goes from your mind first. Mind, words, then actions. That's what everything flows. You will never act out something that you haven't first said. You will never say something you haven't first thought. Everything comes from the mind. So first, change the mindset that discipline is hard. It is not hard. Discipline is an easy process. You just haven't been taught how to stay disciplined. You haven't been taught exactly why staying disciplined is a good thing. Because often in society, we're taught that, oh, it's okay to slack off. It's okay. Like, think about it in working out. How many times do you hear people say, oh, it's okay to have a whole cheat day? Not even a cheat meal. People be like, oh, yeah, you can have a cheat day. You can be able to have that. Oh, you know what? You don't really watch porn, but you can watch porn every 2 weeks. You can settle for that. You can be able to, you've been in a healthy relationship, but it's okay to break off that healthy relationship and just go explore your other options. Go find yourself. Like all these different things that we are taught from young, from the times that we're taught. Like, come on, we are young adults. And this is something that we're constantly shown that it is okay to break free from discipline. It is okay to break free. It is not something that's shown to be of value. So obviously, if it's not going to be shown as something of value, and everything about it's going to present it is super hard, rigorous thing, then it's going to seem super hard. You're going to think discipline is impossible. It's going to seem almost impossible to stay focused on your goals, to stay focused on those habits, to stay focused on becoming and not just enjoying in pleasures. It's going to seem impossible to live a life of purpose over pleasure purely because of how society has raised you from the very time that you were little all the way up until now. Why you're in college now, why you're a young adult now, why you're an adult now, and you're struggling to focus on the things that really matter, to stay locked in, to stay in a long-term relationship. All these different struggles are an absence of discipline within your life. So first, break the mindset. Discipline is easy. You were just not taught how to stay disciplined. You were not taught the right ways. You were not taught its importance. Discipline is so important because it is a fundamental thing that you will take in every single area of your life. No matter what you do, no matter what profession, no matter what, when you get into a relationship, when you want to achieve anything in life, any sort of thing, whether it be money, relationships, friendships, all these different things, they all rely on discipline. Discipline is a core construct, and that is the only thing, and that is one of the only things that we as humans, like you can find upon every single successful person, they have a level of discipline. That means they're staying committed to a goal. They're staying committed because, okay, so let's, I'm talking about discipline, but what about like what it actually is? Let me give you a little definition, not the little Webster dictionary, but my own definition of discipline. Discipline is when you know and you choose and you go and act out in actions on staying committed to a goal and to a path because of a vision that you have that is so strong that you cannot stray away from it. That is my definition, the Christian Noel definition of discipline. Now, if we look at that definition of discipline, then that means you first have to create a vision. You have to create a vision for the life you want. Create a vision for what do you want out of life? Who do you want to become? Not just what do you want to become? Who do you want to become? Does that mean in 5 years, you're married? Does that mean in 10 years, you're a father, you're a husband, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur. What does it mean for you? Focus on who you're becoming. Create that vision for your life. What do you want out of life? Don't settle. Don't have all these little things like, well, my parents didn't really do that much. I kind of just want to, live a little quiet life like that. And I guess if that's for you, then yeah, sure, put that. But do not limit your ideas. Do not limit your ideas. Do not limit your growth to what you think is natural. Do not do that. That is the first part of a vision. Because when you create that, you will always, always, always cap yourself. You will always pigeonhole yourself because you are not expanding your mind. You're not allowing imagination to flow. And imagination is one of the most powerful things that you can use. So create a vision. Create a vision of who do you want to become? What do you want out of life? What are things that you want? And I know a lot of people, they like to make fun of people like this. I've even been clowned on. It's like, oh, that's an old person to do. Why would you ever want to do that? What, why would you want to prepare for life? Why do you want to set up for life? Like just focus on having all the fun now. But no, if you truly want to achieve goals, if you truly want to get all the things that you want, you are tired of watching people have all the to live the lifestyle, to have all the things, to be in a relationship, to have everything that you want. You are tired of watching everyone else have things that you want, and you're just an onlooker. You're just a bystander that just watches other people live their dreams, and you hope and kind of aspire to be like that, but you will never achieve it. Don't be like everyone else. Set a vision, set goals. So once you set that vision, then that's how you can get into setting goals. I want you to set goals. We're going to operate in this book called 12-Week Year. You can watch a video about it on my channel. Just search up 12-Week Year, how to, go to Purpose Pursuit playlist on my channel, and that shows exactly what I'm talking about. But a 12-week year, basically, in short summary, is the 12-week year is the aspect that you work in 12 weeks. Your 12 weeks is your year. So there are 4 12-week years within one annual year that you're taught as a little kid, as you're taught, even as a young adult. So 12 weeks, you have 12 weeks, you're going to set your goals, you're going to focus on 3 to 4 goals. If you can keep it to 3, that'd be great. But 3 to 4 goals that you're but you will achieve at the end of the 12 weeks. So that means when you have 12 weeks, it's this limited amount of time. You have to constantly work towards those goals. There is no time, when you have a whole year, you think about it, how many times do you have a New Year's resolution? You have these goals, you're like, oh, I'm going to achieve this by the end of the year. And you have all year, and it's only until the last month of the year that you actually start making some progress. Because you keep thinking, oh, March, well, I still have 9 months left. June, oh, I still have 6 months left. Oh, October, I still have, a couple of months left. But I better pick up the pace now. And it's only until the last month, until December, that everyone starts to get frantic. Everyone wants to start getting to work out. And they create these New Year's resolutions that truly mean nothing. So that's why you set a 12-week year for yourself. You're going to be forced to constantly be moving towards goals. You don't have time to scroll on your phone. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste on meaningless things. You don't have time to waste on doing drugs, on having sex, and drinking and all these different things and partying. You're not going to have time for that because you need to achieve those goals, and you've given yourself a limited time frame that you must accomplish these goals within. So once you have the 12 weeks, then every single week you're going to have a goal, and that's going to push you towards that greater goal at the end of 12 weeks. And that means every single day you're going to have, a goal or a habit that leads to that goal for the week. And it just continues to snowball and has a snowballing effect that's going to lead you. So now that you have goals, you have a system for that, then we're going to go all the way back to where now we have discipline. Now you have a vision. Now you have a plan. So how do you stay disciplined? That's the hard part, because you can have a vision and a plan. There are lots of people who have that. There are lots of people who have vision boards. You might have a vision board yourself. I had a vision board for so many years. I've had many different vision boards, but I always wondered, Christian, why would I never be able to fulfill them? Why did I wrote these down. I had pictures, I'd pray. I'd be like, Jesus, really help me with all this. But why did they never come to fruition? Why did they always remain visions? Why did they always remain dreams, but never go and actually produce fruit within my life? Why did that ever never happen? Because I didn't have a plan. But then when I had the plan, then it's like I would try and execute, and I'd go execute for the first couple days. maybe the first couple of weeks, maybe the first month at execute, there are a lot of people who all relate to this. You're able to execute for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just starts slowing down. Something, you slip up somewhere, you miss a day of a habit, you miss a day of a goal, you miss a goal, and you become a bit discouraged. You see things, and it doesn't seem like they're changing in the pace you want them to. They're growing very slowly. Something I can relate to is even with this little channel. This is my little second channel, which I just post on for fun. But, sometimes I'm just like, well, shouldn't these videos get a bit more views? The value that I'm giving, all the wisdom that I'm able to provide, and there are people that say random crap on the internet and they get famous for it. They're able to impact a lot of lives, but I'm out here like truly want to impact lives, and it's just like, man, it's so easy to fall into that. That is one of the biggest pitfalls of how people can get disciplined. They fall into the pitfall of looking in the short term. A disciplined person always looks long term. That is key. You cannot look short term. You have to look long term. You always have to see the bigger picture. You don't have time to see every single micro little thing. You have to look at the bigger picture and say, okay, you know what? Even if a week from now, and I'm still at this subscriber amount, even if a week from now, I still don't have as much money as I truly need, even a week from now, I will still continue to work at it. I will still continue to keep pushing, because I don't know when this breakthrough is going to happen. But when it does, I'm telling you, I will take full advantage of it. I will be fully ready for it. I will fully grasp it by the horns and tame it. And I'm taking this. I'm not settling. No, it's not going to be answered. You have to make up within your own mind. Discipline all starts from the mind. And then once it goes from your mind, you have to start speaking it. Start saying every day. I want you to make declarations saying, I will not give up. Declare, look at your vision board and declare these things. That, you know what, I will have those relationships. I will be a part of this community. I will be able to start these businesses every single day. Don't stop at it. Don't slow down. These declarations are important. Remind yourself, they're not just important to just declare, but you're also reminding yourself, you're speaking it into your mind. Your neural pathways, it's literally shown that when you repeat something over and over and over and over and constantly over and over, you drive those neural pathways within your own brain, and your brain becomes convinced it's able to grow in those areas. It no longer becomes limited by limiting beliefs and all these negative impacts in the things that look natural or how typically everything goes, because you now engineered, you've now fine-tuned your brain onto that same level of the same thing that your thoughts, your mind, your words are now speaking, and it's now coming to fruition. And once you continue to speak it, you're going to believe it, and you're going to start taking action. You're going to be like, you know what? I know this channel, I want it to grow. And I'm like, for me personally, I want this channel to grow. I want to impact the lives of more young adults, more people my age. I want to change this new generation. That is the goal, to bring purpose over pleasure, to raise up everyone physically, spiritually, mentally, and to really go and be a leader within this generation. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to say that over and over, and I know I'm going to impact more lives. I'm going to be able to grow this newsletter, which you can subscribe to in the description down below if you want to join a deeper community about it. And I'm going to be able to, take all these different platforms, and when I start making videos back on my main channel again, I'm going to continue to impact people with the cinematic stories I'll tell on there, and continuously saying, I'm continuously believing and repeating every single day. And it's like, now my actions, it's like, I have to record every single day. I have to edit this video. I have to go and post this out because I'm compelled to. It's literally something hardwired within my brain, because I'm so disciplined on that now. You have to start from the mind, your words, and it comes to fruition through your actions. Discipline. I'm looking at the long-term picture. I'm no longer saying, okay, you know what, next week, what if I have the same views? You know what? No, how about a year from now? A year from now, how many lives am I going to change? How many people are going to be impacted by the videos that I'm making? A year from now, if I'm growing a little bit now, then maybe I might get one video. Maybe one video might pop off, and the rest, that whole entire catalog that I have, maybe the rest is going to blow up as well with it. Maybe the rest is going to rise along with it. I don't know. But a year from now, I can tell you what, I'm not going to be the same place I am now. If I go 1% video every single day, if I get 1% better every single day, and I continuously stay determined on that, a year later, 365 days, 365%, I'm going to be at least 3.5 times better. 3.5 times better. And even if it means you suck at the beginning, that at least you won't be half bad later. At least you won't be half bad. You might actually be kind of good. Who knows? And we say 1% better at the very least, because there's some days you're going to end up growing 10%. Some days you're going to be 20%. Some days it might literally be threefold in a span of a week. You do not know, but you cannot give up. Discipline is all about looking at a long-term picture. Stop settling. Stop going with the same beliefs that they always tell you to look short-term. You have to look long-term. Look long-term. That is the same thing. Why do you think David Goggins is able to continue running, to continue working out? He doesn't just see because the short-term is, I see the pain. I'm going to see how it's going to hurt. It's going to feel like hell in this moment. But the long-term, I'm going to be, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to be jacked. I'm going to be able to help all these other people. I'm going to set an example. Myself, people are going to see this and be like, oh yeah, if he can do it, then I can do it. I'm going to be an inspiration to all these other people. There are people like Elon Musk, even if whether you like him or you hate him, it doesn't matter. But he looks long term. There are companies he had, literally when he had his last millions of dollars and he spent on launching these rockets. And then now he's the richest person on earth, has satellites launching into space, hitting Ukraine with internet and all these different places. But if you look short term, you would have been like, man, I'm losing a lot of money. Man, that's going to suck. I don't know where this is going to come from, where this money is going to happen. But hey, this is the last of it. I got to try again. Keep on trying. Keep on putting the effort. I know that I might have some sleepless nights. Some days it just sucks. I'm working so hard. I'm on this grind so hard. But I know it's going to be worth it. And then later, you get the ability to relax. But you have to look long term. That is the key. Whenever you forget, you look back at that vision. You know what? Vision? Okay. What is my vision? What is my vision for myself? What are the goals? What do I have? What are the stakes that I have? That is another thing with discipline. Think about your discipline I got from Dan Coe. And he talks about your kind of anti-vision or antithesis. I forgot which word he uses. But it's basically the concept that write down, truly think and write down, where do you not want to be? What is the opposite of what you want in life? I don't want to be in poverty. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be a person that doesn't have true friendships and relationships that I can count on. So those are like, oh, you know what? I don't want to have that. So I can't stay scrolling on my phone. I have to go get to work. I don't want to be in poverty. Okay, I cannot afford to stay in the same little retail job. I can't afford to stay in the same fast food industry. I have to go. I have to leave this out, or I have to start working my business. I have to get on this grind. What you don't want in your life, what you don't want to continue on in your life, should be even more than enough to motivate you. If you can't think about, just the positive things, think about the negative things. Use both to your advantage. That is what disciplined people do. You know what? David Goggins, I'm always going to keep bringing him back up because he's a perfect example of discipline. He used to be a very fat person, very unhealthy. He had a lot of weight, just all chubby, and he's talked about it multiple times. But then the thing is, when he's working out or whenever it's hard and it just feels horrible, you know what he's thinking? I can't go back to that. I cannot go back to being fat. I cannot go back to being obese. That's the same thing with you. Like working out, okay, I cannot stay in the same condition. I cannot stay unhealthy. I cannot stay in this unhealthy body that, is dragging me down, that is holding me back, that makes me feel uncomfortable, that makes me feel like I have this hatred towards myself. Like I cannot stay in this same environment. When I had depression and it was just horrible and I felt stuck, I couldn't stay. I was like, I cannot stay. I can't stay in this depressive, numb state anymore. Jesus, I cannot. I refuse. I can't stay in the same area. I can't stay the same. I refuse. I refuse to continue to bow down before what is happening in my life right now. I will rise above it. That's what we have to think of. That is what a disciplined person thinks of. The disciplined person is thinking of the future, thinking of what they cannot become. You cannot afford to be lazy. You cannot afford to be in poverty. You cannot afford to do all these different things. You cannot afford to waste time. That is something, and I'm speaking to myself as well right now. That is how you stay disciplined. You want to stay disciplined? First, mind. Words leads to actions. Second, create that vision. Create the plan. The vision, then the plan to get there. Work in 12 weeks. Don't give yourself an infinite amount of time, because we do not have an infinite amount of time. Time is always moving like a current. Time is always moving like this constant current. And this is you. If time is always moving like a current, because guess what? The only thing that's ever promised to any man is death. Every single person that is born will die. That is the only thing you can ever guarantee about any single person's life. Any new life, they will die. That is just a fact. So if time is always moving, time is something that we cannot stop. And you're right here. If you're not moving along with it, if you're not advancing, you're falling behind every single other person. You're falling behind in every single aspect of life. You cannot afford to stay stagnant. You have to continue to move. So don't give yourself that time. Next, think about things to where you refuse, you cannot go back to, you cannot stay in the same area, or you can't fall to this level. You cannot be in poverty. You cannot be unhealthy. You cannot be unfit. You refuse. Like, you have to decide that you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. That is the key. And then next, look forward with purpose. Look forward with a vision. Look forward with more than just a vision, but you envision. Use your imagination. That's one of the most powerful tools that God has given us. One of the most powerful things that we have as humans. One of the most powerful things that you can utilize. Your imagination. Don't forget to use your imagination. Envision the life that you want. Envision the life, when I think of things, when I think about, starting businesses and being able to have social media influence and being able to change the lives of this many men, I can imagine, I can just envision. I have this community, and there are men that are being broken free from addictions to porn. There are men that are no longer in poverty. There are men that were used to be in depression or struggling, and they're able to have support groups, and they're able to feel like this emotional connection with all these different people. I imagine myself being able to have wealth, to be able to bless my mom, bless my family with all the things I want, be able to set an example for my younger siblings, be able to help all the friends that have stuck with me from the very beginning. I can just imagine all of that right now. Think about that. I want you to close your eyes. It doesn't matter where you are, how stupid you think it is. Imagine it. I can imagine when I have my own wife and kids, and I'm able to, I don't ever have to worry about, when they want something for Christmas or a gift, and it's truly something that they deserve, and I just want to be able to do that. I don't ever have to say, no, I'm sorry, we can't afford that. It'll be a yes, we can afford that easily. It's not even a question of can you afford that or not. I don't want it to ever be a question to where you can't afford to travel, you can't afford to see family, because I have family that lives all across different areas, and none of them live in this country. And to be able to say, like, I can just fly to South America and just see my family, and I can be able to bless them. I can be able to bless my cousins. I can be able to do all these different things. When I say, like, I'm gonna work on myself, I'm able to be a man of God that my wife, it can say is. I become a man of God that is worthy of submitting to for my wife. Like, you have to think that, imagine this future, don't lose that sense of imagination. Don't lose that sense of your childhood. Imagine. That is one of the most powerful things. And if you can really get a connection to that, a connection to those future plans, to what you want, you will stay disciplined. Because you will always remember, you always remind yourself. And sure, there'll be moments you slip up. There'll be moments that aren't perfect. They don't always go your way. But what you will know is that when you're disciplined, you'll always get back on track. There might be times you deviate a little bit, but you'll come right back. Because you'll be like, oh no, that's the vision. I can't get distracted by this. Oh, that's the vision. You know what? I want to marry a woman that's going to be the mother of my kids. I can't be distracted by all these other girls that, they might have amazing bodies. They may look beautiful, but I know very well they don't care about me. They don't care about starting a family. They care about money, or they care about physical things. You want to live a healthy lifestyle. I want to live a long lifestyle. Alcohol might seem like it tastes good now. It might distract me from the problems that are happening in my life now, but I refuse. I will not be led astray by that. I have to focus. Drugs might give a pleasure that you feel right now in the moment, but they sure take more than a moment later on in your life. All these different things can lead you astray, but you have to stay focused. Lock into that vision. Lock in. Now, if you made it this far, it'd be amazing if you like, subscribe, and share this video just so it reaches more young people, more people, so they can be able to stay disciplined, to learn to lock in, to stay focused. Now, you can follow me on Instagram if you ever want to check out my stories. DM, I'm always open to a conversation. And my newsletter, you can always subscribe. I write a newsletter every single Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I go even deeper. I give free tools, free templates, and all these different things. You can sign up with all the different things in my socials, links below. I have free stuff as well. You get a free Notion template when you subscribe to the newsletter. Now, if you want to watch a video about how to lock in, to stay truly focused, I give you the plan exactly, or whatever you need to go into 2025 year to lock in with the perfect plan that is proven to execute with books like the 12-week year that all your favorite people do, that all your favorite leaders or your favorite companies follow. Then watch this video right here.